start. Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm back with Cholera for another dual commentary of the Group 2 MSL Season 3. This is the winner's match, and if you've been following other games, which I would hope you did, because otherwise this is about to spoil it, we're going to be watching Hwoarang 2 versus GGPlay. That's right, Hwoarang 2 beat Flash, and now we're watching him play against GGPlay. So I expect a lot out of this match, actually, to be honest, coming up. GGPlay, a fairly good player against Protoss, and Hwoarang, I have no idea how he is against Zerg, but I would imagine GGPlay's better than him. So I'm thinking that we may see some sort of cheese again. What are your thoughts, Cholera?
I think that's a really good point. Hwoarang 2 has not shown us anything other than that he knows how to do a proxy DT rush, which he did very well, though, I gotta say. He was great at taking down those mines from Flash, so not to underreport what he did or underestimate what he did, but certainly he did decently there. But I do expect him to perhaps play more aggressively, perhaps go for a cheese against GGPlay. Although Protoss versus Zerg cheese is pretty much limited to just going 2-gate right in the beginning, so we'll know pretty soon if he is going to go for something like a proxy 2-gate, which you definitely would call cheese in Protoss versus Zerg. If he starts off with a Forge Fast Expand, pretty much anything he does is within a confined space. I mean, he could go for an aggressive, say, a Zealot, like a +1 Zealot speed lot push, but that's pretty much it in terms of any kind of really fast builds he could do if he was going to go for a Forge Fast Expand. So we'll see how he starts off. This map is Destination, by the way, and of course Hwoarang at the 5, GGPlay at the 11.
Yeah, I think that you have a pretty good point there. I was thinking the same in terms of 2-gate. The only thing I was thinking that he might do on top of a 2-gate is some sort of proxy. But being the fact that his probe is out front at his expansion, it looks like we are going to see that typical Forge Fast Expansion build, and I think that this is going to play towards GGPlay, to be honest. I think that GGPlay will be able to handle this because it's a fairly standard build, and if our saying is correct there, where you have to cheese the better player, GGPlay is going to be in a pretty good position to do pretty well against us, and it looks like he's going for a 12-hatch Fast Expand, unless I was not really paying attention, but that's what I think that we're going to see against us. And actually, no, that drone, maybe he's hiding in expectation of a scout coming shortly, and I don't know what he's doing, actually. Yeah, actually, he is. There's a probe coming in, and that... he didn't want to be disrupted in placing his hatchery, so he probably just made it look like he didn't have his drone there, so that wouldn't happen if the probe happened to be scouting at that time. So it looks like a pretty typical build for GGPlay at this point as well.
Yeah, GGPlay is going for a standard 12-hatch here, and we're going to see probably a longer game, definitely something that's not going to end in a few minutes. And Destination, by the way, is fairly Protoss biased. Another Protoss biased matchup in the Zerg versus Protoss lineup. Byzantium, of course, I don't think a single Zerg has beaten a Protoss in the something like a dozen games played there, ZVP games. It is just disgusting how badly that map is designed for Zerg. But Destination is 60% Protoss versus 40% Zerg. Yeah, that is a white dude and,
with long hair.
That actually, I think that shot was just some stock footage from the 1980s that the Korean channels accidentally put in there. Some like Van Halen fan. Yeah. We're seeing Gateway and a Nexus from what's his name, Hwoarang 2. Hwoarang 2 is obviously not going to go for cannons first. GGPlay once again is going to go for a fast tech build here. He likes these 2-hatch gas builds, so we could be seeing a muleless rush here from GGPlay.
You know what I was just thinking is if Hwoarang 2 loses this, he's actually going to have to face Flash again if Flash wins in the losers match. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I kind of find that a little funny because I think that Flash will have some vengeance in store for him of some sort, and I'm hoping we see some sort of like bad mannerism at the end of it. I don't know for sure, but anyway, it looks like back to this game. We're going to see another standard build. It looks like a second hatchery going up for GGPlay. And GGPlay going lair at his expansion, trying to hide it from the probe. Obviously, that's not going to work. The probe's scouting it very quickly. And I'm not quite sure what GGPlay is going to be going. I guess with the 3 hatches, I don't know. What do you think, Cholera? You're the Zerg player.
I think it could be, this is a slightly earlier lair than I thought, but he did get that 3rd hatch, so it still could be that Scourge Lurker build that's been so popular lately. But with GGPlay's style, maybe it'll be something different. Maybe we'll see something like perhaps Mulus, because I would like to see Mulus. I think it'll be interesting. Although I think Destination's quite good for it, actually, because you have that space behind the natural expansion. And it looks like we're going to see the Stargate and the Citadel here from Harang 2. We could also see a variety of things. I mean, we could see fast lurkers without the Spire. That is a possibility. Go for a lurker break in the front. There's a lot of possibilities. So it's going to be really important for Harang to continuously scout. That means keep that probe alive well. And he's actually doing a good job of that. And also then put the Corsair over GGPlay's base to keep himself aware of what's going on. Meanwhile, he's going to go for a standard build here, probably. Just going to get himself some High Templar, most likely. Maybe a DT or 2, and then proceed to just get his macro on.
You're right. He actually did have. He was doing a pretty good job of keeping that probe alive. I realized when you said that was like 3 or 4 minutes in, or closer to 4 minutes into the game at that point, and I was surprised that it made it as long as it did. But as soon as he left those bridges, he was in trouble of never getting it back in. And there we see a Templar Archives coming up for Harang 2. So I'm thinking CRDD at this point with the Stargate up. I cannot be sure until we see something pop out. And there is a 4th hatchery as well as an evolution chamber. So you might be right with your Scourge / Hydra build, or maybe he's just going for Spore. I'm not actually sure at this point. I think that we will have to see the Spire about to complete, so and a 5th hatchery actually going up. So a lot of hatcheries going up right now for GGPlay. We're going to see, I would imagine, a lot of units being pumped out of here very shortly. That Spire, once he gets up, he's going to have to Scourge, and there is the Hydralisk Den, and that's probably more to fend off the Corsairs at this point, more than anything. I don't know if that really means, I don't know if that's indicative of a Lurker build at this point, but I guess we'll see. So I think that oh, and actually Harang 2 has stopped making Corsairs, and so I guess he's only made that 1 or 2 apparently for scouting purposes. And I think he's gonna stick to ground units after this. His Stargate wasn't producing, so I guess he's just got a couple of Scout and Corsairs floating around the map. And there are High Templars out, so it looks like we are gonna see a focus on ground forces here after all.
Yeah, GGPlay is definitely not gonna go for Mulisks. He's he knows that, of course. When Harang saw that he's the extra 2 hatcheries, he knows what's going on. This is what I was talking about. This is a standard Scourge Lurker build here. You use the Scourge to take care of the Corsairs, and you also can take out observers with them, and then you get lots of Lurkers for defense, or possibly a Lurker Contain. But I think it's a little bit late for a Lurker Contain. What we might see actually is what I like to use when I play, but I actually don't play anymore. I've been retired for quite a while now. I like to call it retired, more like I quit, but for about like a month or so. But I like to do a Spore Lurker defense. You can also go for Scourge Lurker. Basically, you want to kill the observers and use the Lurkers to do a lot of damage. But there's a lot of speed lots coming towards GGPlay's base. GGPlay could be in trouble here against his timing attack, and he doesn't have Lurkers yet. He's a little bit late with the Lurkers, and that's the danger of this build. If you're facing a fast speed lot rush like this, GGPlay completely unprepared for this, I think, and he could be in really big trouble soon.
Yeah, he's only got some Hydras out there in the Sunken, and that's it. And there is an Archon out there, and that Archon, if it can even get close to the Hydras, which the Hydras, it can't because the Hydras are dying before it can get anywhere near them. So GGPlay in a lot of trouble, going to lose a lot of drones. He takes out the Archon, though, just at the last second with Hydra shooting in the back. So he's got a good building placement to do a pretty decent defend. However, there are more speed lots streaming into his base, and he is outnumbered. There are more speed lots than there are Hydras, and that is never a good thing when that is the way it is.
Come on, Lurker Egg.
Harang 2 is totally focusing on the lair. Nope, now he's going to the Spire. And I don't know if GGPlay is going to be able to fend this off.
I don't know where those lurkers are, man, but he could do some Pimpus play move here and actually lurker egg his ramp to prevent the lots from getting in. But actually, there's so much valuable stuff at that natural expansion. I think if he loses the buildings there, it's natural. There's no way he's going to come back anyway. Oh, man, just look at the Hydralisks getting just destroyed here, ripped apart. Actually, Harang doesn't even have +1 for his speed lots, but it doesn't matter. The speed lot rush, like I said, was one of the options that Protoss has to get a fast attack through. It's one of the few options they have of really getting a fast attack through. If they go Forge Fast Expand, is exactly what Harang did, and GGPlay has a huge number of drones attacking. He's barely going to be able to come out of this, but
wow.
Where are his lurkers, man? I'm surprised he doesn't have a single lurker yet. I mean, part of the lurker Scourge build is the lurkers. It is not a great build if you just go for Hydralisks, especially if you're getting rushed by pure speed lots. What you want are lurkers, and GGPlay unfortunately does not have any lurkers. He's just been too much of the economy. He's been focused on building Hydras for short-term defense, but looks like he's actually going to clean up this attack force. No, those speed lots are just pouring in. There's the +1 attack upgrade, so they're going to be even stronger than they now than they were before. They're going to take out. Looks like they're trying to take out the Spire. Harang having some troubles deciding what to do with his units, and GGPlay still without a single lurker. I'm a little bit surprised by this, to be honest.
Yeah, that Spire, I'm actually surprised it's still up. Those Hydras are taking out more units than I thought they would, but you're right. Harang has basically rallied into GGPlay's base at this point, and 5 gateways basically pumping units to GGPlay. And the map is not that big where it takes too long for the units to get there, so GGPlay is spending so much minerals right now on building pure Hydras. I don't know if he could make lurkers if he wanted to, and I'm sure he does. Well, I would think he does, but you're right. If this is a lurker build, he is not doing a very good job, and Harang looking extremely confident right there. Maybe he is an up-and-coming player after all. I mean, I think he's going to beat GGPlay here and move on to the
Flash.
next round.
I mean, taking out GGPlay and Flash, that's some pretty big notches on your belt there, son. That's like some man-sized notches. I gotta say, this kid looks like this kid looks young, but he's got some skills here. I gotta say, or at least he's got some good build orders memorized.
One of the two. He's definitely taken out a lot of GGPlay's buildings, and GGPlay trying to take out the expansion that Harang 2 just put up, which he probably will. But I don't think it matters. Those drones are not mining very much as they continue to run back and forth. A lot of Lings out, but not going to do very much against +1 upgraded Zealots, who just took out one of the hatcheries. So now the oh man, the production capability of GGPlay is just going down the toilet at this point, and we got Lings versus Zealots, and maybe a Hydra or two thrown in there. But you know what happened? Be very tough.
Yeah, you know, another part of the reason why this battle is so lopsided, especially why he couldn't build Lings, is because GGPlay went for the +1 attack upgrade for range units. He has +1 range for Hydras. He's had it for a while, instead of the standard +1 Carapace. So when all those Zealots were coming through, he didn't have the option to switch to Lings, because obviously, normal unupgraded Lings are really bad against that +1 attack upgraded Zealots. Can take out the Lings in 2 hits. Hydras are stronger, of course. In that case, of course, the Hydras were upgraded too, so they're dealing +1 damage. GGPlay trying a pathetic counterattack there, but he's going to lose the game. And I'm sorry, but this game was lost because he lost a quintessential part of his build, which was lurkers. I mean, I am just shocked at this point that it hasn't been a single lurker built in this game. GG coming from GGPlay. But yeah, wow. I mean, when you go Scourge lurker, you gotta go for the lurker. But look at this kid. He is quite happy. He might be making out with that other guy from OGN pretty soon in the back.
He's pumped. Yeah, and GGPlay just drinking some of his apple juice, I guess, and hoping to do better in the final match. I mean, this was the winner match, so Harang 2 officially moving on. And there we go.
Oh
God!
Oh,
what the hell is that?
Oh, embrace. Oh, who is that guy?
Eskimo kiss, and he's crying. He's crying. So Harang obviously ecstatic.
He actually is crying. Oh my God!
He really is.
He can't believe it. Well, I mean, all of Korea is watching.
Neither
can I can't believe it. Harang's got to be so proud of himself. I think gay marriage was also legalized in Korea yesterday, so maybe that's part of it.
Could be.
Sorry,
could be.
That's a terrible
Anyway,
joke.
GGPlay looking a little disappointed in the back end over there, and I think that.
But let's talk about Harang a bit.
Harang
Harang 2, I guess he gobbled up Harang 1 and took his soul and energy, and he is pretty damn good, I gotta say. He beat Flash and GGPlay, two past OSL finals, winners, two OSL winners in the first 2 games he plays in his life on the pro scene. I mean, that is a pretty damn spiffy way to start off. I am proud of this kid, basically. No longer am I going to make fun of his name.
He's certainly off to a good start. Yeah, he's certainly off to a good start, and you know, we could see good things from this kid. I mean, it's still a little bit early. I mean, the first game, don't forget, was cheese, but the second game was a straight up just owning GGPlay like it was his job. I mean, he literally tore him apart for a good 8 minutes straight, and GGPlay just, you know, really, as soon as Harang 2 moved in for the first time, he was in control of that game, and he never lost control after that. I mean, GGPlay was behind from the start, and at this point, I think Harang 2 may actually be comfortable enough to call himself Harang 1. I think he's good enough to take that name. So it looks like we have some good things coming from this kid, and we may be hearing more of him in the future. And you know what? Maybe he'll be someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. We'll be casting Game 4, the losers match between Dongray and Flash, coming up next.
GG guys, see you there.